As Senate President pro tempore, he is the acting Senate President.
Salamat, Eden. Our next question will come from Jonathan Andalop, GMA 7.
Good morning po. Andito po ako sa gilid. Kung sabi ni Senator Lacson, only the prosecution and the defense can make a motion to reduce the threshold of 16 votes to convict an impeachable officer, in this case Vice President Sara Duterte. Does the House prosecution team intend to make such motion para bawasan yung threshold ng 16 votes to convict?
We have not actually discussed about that as being a team, no? But I have expressed my position already that concerning the threshold for the purpose of conviction, it is important to realize that the Constitution and the laws are evolving. Why do I say that? Because the Constitution should be responding to the demands of time, just like any other law, no? And very enlightening itong nangyaring change of leadership sa Senado because it invited our attention to look into the doctrine behind Avellino versus Cuenco, na in several occasions ay na-practice na rin ng Senate at nagkaroon na rin ng mga succeeding Supreme Court decisions along the same line, no? So, ang sa akin naman, let us anchor also our position on the mandate of the Constitution. Bakit tayo may mga senador? Primarily, the purpose is to represent the interest of the Filipino people. Kung ang ating senador ay nakakulong, nagtatago, nasa ospital, or nasa abroad. Ito yung tinatawag ni Avellino versus Cuenco na beyond the coercive power of the Senate. And having said so, plus hindi mai-represent yung interest ng taong bayan, how are we going to consider them for the purpose of determining the threshold or the required number of votes? So, personal opinion ko lang, I believe that the doctrine in Avellino should be applied also in determining the number of votes required for the purpose of conviction. That is my personal opinion.
So dapat po bang bawasan?
With the current situation, yes. The same way that it was reduced in the election of Senate President pro tempore and the rest of the chairwomen of the different committees of the Senate.
Para sa House prosecution team, ilan ang base number ng senador na tinitignan niyo po ngayon?
This is my opinion. If the voting will happen now, it should be 22 as well.
If I may add, no, again, this is just an opinion, no. All of us has different opinions regarding the matter. Pero I think yung appreciation dapat talaga natin is we want the Senate which is operational, a functional Senate. No, we cannot have a functional Senate if some of the members will not be accessible in terms of passing their judgment through a vote. We're talking about impeachment trial where the sitting senator, sitting judge, senator judge, presence would be indispensable in determining determining the judgment by which one would have to arrive based on the evidence presented. So I think kailangan natin yung approach na yon to also be practical in order to establish our belief that the Senate is not just an institution sitting there to hear and to try and decide, but a functional Senate where the active members' presence are secured, a part of the deliberation, can actually arrive into a sound judgment because of their actual presence, by which these are the basis for them to pass on their judgment, either to acquit or to convict.
Doon po sa base number na 22, Kong Jinky, do you consider Senator Jinggoy as suspended already? Dahil siya po ay arrested na at nasa Sandigan Bayan?
Well, under the plunder law and the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, when the public officials are charged as such, they are suspended from becoming a member of the Senate. So kung suspended ka, how can you attend? Are you still a senator on that particular occasion if you are suspended from your official duty? I think the answer is clear, no? And to add to what Kong Sia said, no? Meron tayong mandato sa Konstitusyon. And that is to try forthwith, no? And if we hold the contrary view, it means that the constitutional mandate will be hostage by the different situations of some senators. Ilayo at wag ilapit, no? Kung yung nagsisirculate sa social media, mangyari. Sabihin natin 8 or 9 will be having their cases in court, no? Masususpend as provided in the Plunder Law and the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. The required threshold is 16. So that will mean that it will paralyze the accountability mechanism. And we know, of course, that the Constitution is paramount. It must not be conditioned to the situation of our senators. This impeachment trial must proceed. The decision must be rendered, no? And the threshold must be fixed depending on the current situation of our Senate.
Kaugnay niyan, ma'am, sabi ni Senator Lacson, sakaling umabot ng 9 na senators yung makulong, 15 silang matira, hindi na raw matutuloy yung trial kasi paano nga man magko-convict kung kailangan ng 16 votes. Ang suggestion po niya, magfa-file ang impeachment court sa Sandigan Bayan ng leave of court para payagan yung mga nakakulong na senador na dumalo sa trial. Do you agree, ma'am, doon sa kanyang suggestion?
Well, my perspective is from the point of view that it is the Senate which has jurisdiction. We cannot speak for the Sandigan, we cannot speak for the Ombudsman, no? Of course, from the perspective of Senate yan, yung naghuhold ng impeachment trial, at hindi naman nila pwede basta panghimasukan what will be the decision of the Sandigan Bayan. I think it will be more appropriate to follow the doctrine of Avellino. After all, ibabalik ko dun sa mandato ng saligang batas. Dapat ang mga senador mag-represent ng interes ng sambayan ng Pilipino during that impeachment trial. And if you are detained, if you are in hiding, the question is, are you representing the interest of the Filipino? When in fact, you cannot attend because of your personal dilemma, no? So, we cannot subordinate the constitutional mandate to the situation in the Senate. Constitution is paramount, therefore, it must be interpreted in a way to give light to the implementation of the constitutional mandate.
Last question na po. Doon po sa list of witnesses ninyo, more than 30, ilan po doon yung sa tingin ninyong high-profile witnesses na masasabi?
I cannot divulge yet, no? Ilang oras na lang naman at mafa-file na yung pre-trial brief. Pakihintay na lang po because our deadline is today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Jonathan. From Rappler, Dwight De Leon is now recognized.
Hello po, good afternoon. Yung question, follow up po kay Congresswoman Jinky because again, this is your legal opinion. So with 22 senators who are functioning sa scenario na yon, based on your legal opinion, does that mean for you, the conviction threshold should be reduced to 15? Given that...
Hindi ako magaling sa math eh. Para paki-compute mo na lang 2/3 of 22.
So that's 15. If 15 po,
Yes,
you would agree po.
yes.
Congresswoman Jinky, since this is also in the realm of possibilities, given na nasa 8 yung humaharap ng kaso, if one more senator is arrested or is subjected to an arrest warrant, the count would be reduced to 21. So in your legal opinion, if that happens, could the conviction threshold be further reduced to 14? Because 2/3 of 21 is 14.
What my position is is to apply the doctrine in Avellino, no? So ang test natin, are they still within the coercive power of the Senate? If the answer is no, then the number should be reduced
To 14.
to 14.
Okay.
14 for the threshold,
For the threshold. If
21 for the baseline.
Yes, opo. And since nandito na rin si Congresswoman Bell, is that also an opinion that you subscribe to? Kasi sinabi kanina ni, I think, Kong Zia, na parang iba-iba syempre yung opinion ng prosecutors and it's not yet pag-uusapan collectively. So, Congresswoman Bell, is that also an opinion that you subscribe to?
Yes, it is an opinion I share with Chair Jinky.
And why
That's
po?
also the opinion I share with Kong Jing.
Okay po. Okay po.
Well, again, we need a Senate that is functioning. And for all of the procedures that the Senate will be doing, we need senators who are able to do their job. And if one is hiding, purposefully hiding from not only his job but from the people, then he shouldn't be included in the number when we count whether this is for quorum purposes or whether this is for the determination of share the same view as Chairwoman Jinky.
Also, Dwight, no, just to add to that, yung sinabi ni Congresswoman Jinky, yung doctrine ng Avellino, it should not be applied kasi ito yung what we want is a functional Senate, and functional Senate meaning the active members deliberating in a very important subject matter, no? It should not also be looked at in the lens of impeachment trial, but there are also other cases, concurrence of treaties, diba? Concurrence of treaties, declaration of war, because it has to have a concurrence of the Senate. So if you don't have that, if you don't apply the Avellino doctrine, which by the way the Senate is beyond this coercive power to require members who are, I think, behind bars or whatever because of their incapacity by means of presence, they cannot vote. So what would happen to other issues? Not only impeachment trial, but, concurrence of the treaties. And then yung mga declaration of war, which requires the Senate for concurrence. So I think it's not only legal, but it also should be looked at in its practical sense. Because ultimately, what we want is for the Senate, as an institution, to deliver its mandate according to what the Constitution says.
I talked to a constitutional lawyer last week, si Attorney Paolo Tamasa, and he agrees with this emerging view about reconsidering the conviction threshold, but he said that it should be accommodated when we reach an extraordinary point, which we have not yet reached. Do you think that if one more senator is arrested, that is an extraordinary situation, an unprecedented situation that warrants the impeachment court to look to consider seriously whether we should reduce the conviction threshold?
Yes, as a matter of fact, even prior to the arrest of whoever will be the third, I believe that it should be interpreted already in a way that we will be able to address the present situation, no? I said earlier that the Constitution is evolving. The laws are evolving. The Supreme Court decisions are evolving. And by evolving, what I meant was, hindi enough na meron tayong batas. Yung batas dapat tumutugon sa kasalukuyang sitwasyon. It should be able to respond to the current demands of time.
Another topic related to the pre-trial proceedings. We didn't have a pre-trial proceeding during the Corona trial, but meron po tayong pre-trial proceeding during the Estrada trial, and news archives suggest or indicate that during the pre-trial proceedings, the prosecution and the defense agreed to finishing the entire trial or the trial proper within or by 34 days. It is a separate discussion if nasunod po siya, but is that something that the prosecution is eyeing to resolve during the pre-trial proceedings kung gaano lang tatagal yung buong trial proper?
Part of the things to be talked about during pre-trial conference is the schedule of trial dates, no? And that includes, of course, the number of schedule that we will be needing for the purpose of presenting the prosecution's evidence. Same is true with respect to the defense. Tatanungin din sila, ilang trial dates ang kailangan nila to conclude the presentation of their evidence. So to your question, yes, the number of trial dates will be determined as well during the pre-trial conference.
Congresswoman,